is an event. This is an event with zero waste. And if you're watching this video, it means you don't want your event to have the typical overflowing trash cans with corn dogs and plastic plates. You're going for zero waste. So let me be the first to thank you for your commitment to our community and to the environment. This video will give you everything you need to know to host a successful zero waste event. We've broken this video training down into 3 sections. First, we'll quickly explain what zero waste is, why it's important, and what we mean by a zero waste event. In the second section, we'll show you how to create a successful do-it-yourself zero waste event from start to finish. And finally, in the third section, we'll go over the essentials on how to correctly sort your recyclables and compostables at the event. This section is important for you, your volunteers, or anyone else who is helping you with your event, so they can help your participants with your zero waste goals. Now let's get started by first explaining what exactly we mean by zero waste. A zero waste event is basically a microcosm of a zero waste community in action, where all the materials sold or distributed at your event are reusable, recyclable, or compostable. And instead of trash cans, everyone at the event uses bins for recycling, composting, and whatever's left that needs to go to the landfill, which, if all goes well, is almost nothing. Before we continue, let's make sure this training is the one you need. This do-it-yourself zero waste training is intended for those planning mid-sized events with anywhere from 200 to 1,000 participants. If your event will have fewer than 200 or more than 1,000 participants, please go to our website at ecocycle.org to learn about our other zero waste programs. If you're having a mid-sized zero waste event, you're in the right place. Let's get started to learn everything you need to do before, during, and after your event.
The purpose of a party is to have fun together. And a successful party needs planning and skill.
There are 5 important steps to take before the event begins. Step 1. Designate your zero waste champion. Step 2. Get your vendors involved. Step 3. Recruit and train volunteers. Step 4. Gear up. Make sure you have your supplies and whatever else you need for your event. And Step 5. Get the zero waste word out. Start by making sure you select a person who will manage the zero waste portion of the event. This is extremely important because zero waste is only achieved when there is careful planning and oversight of the process. If that person isn't you, please make sure they watch this video too. Next, you have to get your vendors involved. It's the key to a successful zero waste event. Prior to the event, meet or speak with each vendor, non-food vendor, and tabling group to review with them everything they will be distributing at the event and make sure it is zero waste compatible. So, for example, if they have individual condiment packets, let them know that these are not zero waste, but that bulk condiment stations are. By reviewing what your vendors are bringing to your event, you can help answer their questions and guide them ahead of time on what items are or are not recyclable or compostable. To help you with this process, we've created a tool, the Vendor Agreement. It contains all the information you'll need to pass along to the vendors and tabling groups. Ask them to read, sign, and return the agreement so you know they're informed and on board with a signed commitment to participate. Be sure to follow up on the commitment in your follow-up emails and phone calls to the vendors. Now that you have selected your zero waste coordinator and you have your vendors on board, you will want to make sure you have at least 2 volunteers to monitor each zero waste station during the event to educate event participants on how to correctly sort materials. This step is crucial to the success of your event and should never be skipped. Without volunteers at each zero waste station to help participants properly sort their materials, your event will likely end up collecting materials that are too contaminated to be recycled or composted. One way to get quality volunteers is to ask friends, family members, student groups, or members of organizations that you are affiliated with to help at your event. Train your volunteers using our 5-minute online tutorial on how to properly sort the most common event recyclables and compostable items. You can do that by either gathering them together as a group to watch the video and discuss, or by sending them the link. You will need a few supplies for your zero waste event. These include zero waste station bins and extra bags, and if need be, compostable items like utensils and tableware. At the conclusion of this video, please go to ecocycle.org to reserve your zero waste stations, including the Zero Waste Event Agreement, vendor agreements, and the most up-to-date pricing on zero waste stations, bags, and compostable items. And step 5, get the zero waste word out. Make sure that when you send out your event invitations, you let your participants know your event is zero waste and that their support is needed to make it successful. Providing this information up front in all invitations, announcements, and advertisements will make your participants aware so that they can also help you achieve zero waste. Okay, now you have your zero waste coordinator, vendor agreement, volunteers, supplies all in place, and you've spread the word that you're going for zero waste. It's time to have some fun during your big day.
It's the big night. The planning and preparation will help make a good party. But what else makes a good party?
Let's move on to what you need to do during your event. There are 5 steps you'll need to take during your event. Step 1, set up your zero waste stations. Step 2, remove the trash temptation. Step 3, do a vendor check-in. Step 4, get volunteers at the ready. And step 5, avoid the waste at wrap-up time. On the day of the event, once you arrive, the first thing you'll do is set up your zero waste stations. Make sure you set up your zero waste stations well before the event. Each station has 3 bins, a blue bin for recyclables, a green bin for compostables, and a black bin for whatever's left for the landfill. To set up the station, first insert the appropriate bag into each bin. Take the blue bin for recycling and place the clear plastic recycling bag inside the bin. To attach the bag, slide the edges through the bars at the top of the bin, pull the bag over the top bar, and wrap it around the corners, like so. The bag should be snug around the bars to prevent it from collapsing when weighted. For the green bin, use a green compostable bag. And for the black bin, use a black trash bag. Next, hook the sign holder through the corners. It's okay if you puncture the bag. Then attach the appropriate sign to each of the corresponding sign frames. Once the stations are in place, have your trained zero waste volunteers cover all the trash cans that are not part of the zero waste stations. This ensures that event participants will use the stations instead. While setting up, check in with your vendors to ensure that they have brought the proper materials for your event and that if they have anything that is not allowed, they have some time to get an appropriate replacement. Just before your event opens, make sure your volunteers monitor the zero waste stations and know where the extra bags are to replace the ones that become full. And don't forget to make sure your volunteers use their EcoCycle training to help guide event participants on how to properly sort their materials. As your event is winding up, have your volunteers help the vendors to make sure that they are continuing to properly sort their materials, because the bulk of the discards occur as the event comes to a close. Congratulations! You successfully set up your zero waste stations, removed the trash temptation, did a vendor check-in, got volunteers at the ready, and avoided the waste at wrap-up time. You've had a great zero waste event. So now it's time to wrap it up and see how you did. There are 3 easy steps to wrap up your zero waste efforts once your event is over. Step 1, load up. Step 2, assess how close you came to zero. And step 3, strut your stuff. Step 1, load up. As the event dwindles down, keep at least one station open for the public, but start loading the others and their bags into a vehicle to be transported to EcoCycle. As your volunteers are loading the stations, be sure to record the number of bags and note any significant contamination ahead of time so that you can report this to EcoCycle. Step 2, assess how close you came to zero. How do you know if you made your zero waste goal? Make sure you call ahead to reserve a time to meet with your EcoCycle event coordinator when you drop your items off. It's best to arrange for a drop-off on the day of the event, but the next day will work too. Give your EcoCycle event coordinator the total number of bags for each material so that EcoCycle can create a diversion report to show how much of your materials were successfully diverted from the landfill and composted or recycled instead. Your report will also reflect the benefits to the environment and community. Step 3, strut your stuff. Send out an email to let your vendors, volunteers, and participants know how you did and how their efforts paid off for the environment. You may even consider sending out a press release or writing a letter to the editor, thanking your volunteers, vendors, and participants, and letting the rest of the community know you did your part toward our community's goal of zero waste. With careful planning, you will achieve zero waste, or darn near, and you'll help create a trend for all your friends and family to follow. Thank you for your commitment to the environment. And remember, it isn't a great event unless it's zero waste.